What's going on, guys? Alec here from OzFury Gaming. Today we're going to be using the Avenger Titan Renegade in a loadout situation. Basically, I'm going to be showing different loadouts for the ship and talking about what works best, what I like, what I don't like. Now, this is not going to be 100% best for everyone because the game is all about personal play and use. So I'm going to be trying to accommodate for everybody, but please don't get too upset if there's something that you don't like. So starting off with, we have these Rattler 2 missiles. Definitely the pick of choice for size 2s. Followed by these Badger repeaters there on the wings. So there's 2 Badger repeaters one side and 4 Rattler missiles all round, with a minigun on the front, which we can't see in Arena Commander, but we'll take a closer look at in a little bit later. Now the hull of this vessel is quite strong, and also too, the Avenger has 3 different variants if you're not aware. So in regards to guns too, guys, let's talk about the size 2. You can put on a Tarantula or a Neutron Cannon or something else if you want that single shot, but we'll look at that later too. So shout out first to the Renegade Squadron for getting all the data mining for my stats. I thank you for that quite a lot. So we have the Panther and the Neutron Cannon, which are the 2 size 2 guns I would recommend. I would not recommend gimbals for the ship because it doesn't really pack enough firepower, and the coolers seem to be able to handle those size 2 guns quite well. So as you can see, the Panther repeater does carry a higher DPS, which is nicer, but the Neutron Cannon will shoot better. Now I'll talk about that in a minute, but see here, this is a size 3 gun on that minigun on the front, and as we can see the stats here, that minigun does a lot of damage. Has a bit of spread, but it really makes this ship quite nice. So we'll start off here with the Badger repeaters. As we can see here coming up against the Aurora, that we sort of do outmatch it quite easily. Now I'm just sort of going with the Badgers to start off with to sort of track a target because they are instant firing as the minigun takes a while to load up and get going. That's what it looks like there from a third person point of view, so if you're worried about aesthetics, it looks quite nice in my opinion. Now as we can see here, we have another Aurora we're going to shred. And what I've shown here is, I know we already killed the Aurora, but I want to show off what it's like to handle this vessel. It is a bit sluggish. I'd put it sort of around the Gladius type, probably maybe a little bit slower, so maybe between a Gladius and a Hornet. But as you can see here, we don't lack. Now my aiming was pretty off for this video, but then also it shows you guys too on how, you know, not little skill, but little experience you need to have to fly this ship. So here we have a Gladius coming after us. Now, according to the game, we are actually underdogs compared to this Gladius. So let's give this guy a missile and show you what the Rattler 2s can sort of do. So it's not a full kill, but does quite a lot of damage and opens up for an easy demolition of his hull. Now we come up against a 350R. Now this is the one time when gimbals will help you. But 350s are not, at the moment, they have a rework coming, very strong. So you can probably go toe to toe with them with your hull strength. Because I reckon, just the way that the ship is built, it is up there with a Gladius, if not stronger in the way the hull can take damage. But as you can see here, as the 350 darts around, we really need that missile to come in and help us. The same will apply to a 350 interceptor, you will be needing that help. Now obviously we did a bit of damage there, so the missiles helped us out. Now we're on to the Neutron Cannons. I found with the Neutron Cannons, they did hit quite well too. Now obviously that Aurora just stopped in front of us, but I feel like they give that extra range, which are nice, and they do hit hard, and they do seem to do well against shields. The Neutron Cannon is not a ballistic weapon, which is why I do like it. Because I'm trying to build a ship here, guys, that is not just for Arena Commander, but for PU use, okay? Now, ballistics will run out eventually, and especially with that minigun on the front, it doesn't hold the greatest amount of ammunition, so you may find yourself in a situation where you're out, and if you're going to be carrying tarantulas or something other, like a sawbuck or something, which I don't highly recommend either, and you're out of ammunition, you have got nothing left to do but run. And if you can't run, then you're stuffed. So as we can see here, the Neutron Cannon, in my opinion, does help with vessels that are fast, like the 350R. Obviously the missile cleaned him up there, but it just helps because you don't have to be tracing a target all the time. But because you do have that minigun on the front, you will be doing it anyway, so that's why I would pick the Panther repeaters. Just because then you can sort of do a burst damage, get out, come back in, burst damage again, with those Panther and minigun all at once. So with him being finished off here now, guys, we can see that we're going to move on to another gun that works, which is the Mass Driver. Now this is a ballistic shot, and I know I was just talking bad about ballistics, but yeah, it does a lot of damage. So the whole sort of kill them before they kill you really comes into play here. but its downside is it's got a much faster trajectory on the bullet than the minigun, so you're always having to go between. So your minigun becomes sort of your main armament as your Sledge Mass 2 drivers sort of become that backup or distance gun, because it does have quite a fair range. Now the reason why I'm showing this is because of its damage. I would not personally run it unless you actually already had one. Like for me, I have the Saber Comet, so it doesn't cost me anything to buy or rent. But I've got badge repeaters, so that's why I run the badges as well. So as we can see, it still is a bit of work. Now what I'm showing here, guys, is a 350R basically making mincemeat of me. If I had the badges, I'd probably have a better time because I'd be able to just get little bits of damage out on him. Why don't I use a missile? Because I'm trying to show the pure point of what happens when you go size 2 on this vessel. You will have a hard time. So here we have the Bulldog and the Sucker Punch distortion cannons. The reason why I'm showing this is for those who want to go gimbaled. Now, Sucker Punches you can't actually rent, so I can't show you them, but they have the highest DPS by a fair margin for the size 1 guns, but they're only relevant in regards to ripping shields. When it comes to hull, they're not exactly the best. But if you've got a gimbal with that minigun, as we saw before, with a high damage output, it could work very well together. Now, as we can see here with the Bulldog repeaters, guys, they do help a lot with tracking targets. Okay. Now, this is an Aurora, but note too that we do take a bit longer because we're not doing quite that much damage. But the advantage is if you're in a long, drawn-out battle, the Bulldogs won't overheat as fast as, say, the Badgers. But I did not have a single issue with overheating with the Badgers, and I went straight through to wave 10. And the only reason why I stopped at wave 10 was I kind of just wanted to get the rest of my videos done. So as we can see here, as we chase this 350, that we do have a better time hitting him. And then I go and crash. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you got enough out of it to understand what to do with an Avenger if you decide to pick one up and where you want to travel with it. Play around with the size missiles if you want, but I would not recommend size 1 missiles because they're not enough damage for me. But yeah, leave a like and a subscribe, or dislike and a comment, or whatever you want to do, and just let me know what you think, and I hope to catch you guys around the verse. Toodaloo.